Hi guys, I'm still stuck in traffic, so I'm gonna just give you guys this other message. It's not long anyways, but I will say this. The Lord showed me this word, one word, unbearable. Okay, unbearable. He spelt it out, and I think this ties to the "they shut it down" message, but it's very beautiful. Okay, I don't think people understand like what it feels like when you meet your kingdom husband or kingdom wife. It doesn't feel like an earthly type of love. The love you feel for your kingdom husband or wife, it's spiritual. It's a different type of love. You know, when the Holy Spirit shows you love, it's overwhelming and you want to cry. It's similar to that, but not exactly the same, because when you love the Holy Spirit and the Holy Spirit shows you love, it's like a mom dad type of love, like you're my mom dad Holy Spirit, you know, type of love. But when you meet your kingdom partner, the love is spiritual. It's like a sick feeling, but it's not a I'm so sick I can't move feeling. It's a love sick type of feeling. It's like when you think about the person, you get butterflies in your stomach. When you hear the person's name, you get butterflies in your stomach. When you think about the person, it's like you lose your appetite. You know what I mean? You lose your appetite. Like, that's how unbearable the love is. When you're around the person, it's like butterflies in your stomach, complete shyness. You get this overwhelming sensation of just wanting to cry because you love the person so much you want to cry. You get emotional. You see them, you get emotional. You talk to them, you get emotional. Like, it's like you don't want to be separated from them ever. It's like this unbearable feeling. So the Lord said one word, unbearable. But it's so unbearable. You can still be around each other, but it's so unbearable. Like, it's like the love is so strong, it's hard to handle it sometimes. You know what I mean? And the reason why he said this word is because he and I were talking about kingdom marriages last night, and how a lot of people are finally coming into their season of kingdom marriage. And then when I was talking to God about it last night, then he showed me the word unbearable, and he let me know that for some of you guys, he has given you specific instructions and has told you to kind of pull back when it comes to reaching out to your partner, because God is trying to push them to communicate with you. God is trying to push them to reach out to you. And a lot of times in the past, you have been the one that reached out. You have been the one to encourage them. Because why? You have already gotten past that shy stage. And the Lord is trying to push them to do it. But the problem that's happening right now with the kingdom husband or wife that God is pushing to reach out to you is, he said, the love is unbearable. Like, the way your kingdom husband and wife feels, they've never felt this way before, and they don't know how to handle it, because their past relationships that they thought was love, that was not love. They thought that was love, but until they felt the spiritual type of love, until they really felt the love on a deeper soul level, until they felt the love on a higher level, and the Holy Spirit allowed them to feel that. And they don't know how to handle it. And here's the thing. Here's why I feel like majority of it is mainly for the man. And here's why. Because women, we're naturally very emotional individuals. We're used to being emotional. Even though the love is unbearable for us too, we still can react and do things even when we're feeling this way. Because naturally, women are very emotional. Men are more logical. A lot of times men are logical. It's not that a man is not supposed to have emotions. Yes, men are supposed to have emotions, but a lot of men tend to hide their emotions. They have a hard time really expressing their emotions. A lot of times they do that. Or they hide it just to protect themselves, because men are very, how do I explain it? They're very protective of them. I'm supposed to say protective of themselves. I just saw a lion. I just literally saw an open eye vision of a lion. A lion. The Lord just showed me a lion. They're very like, their natural instincts is like to protect. You know how lions are like very prideful? Thank you, Holy Spirit. Okay, that's why you showed me a lion. You know how lions are very prideful and they're very like, I'm strong, I'm a lion, like I'm the king of the jungle. You know, that's how like most men are. So the type of love that the Holy Spirit is allowing your kingdom husband or wife, but I feel it's more for the husband to feel, it's unbearable. And you may have already felt this, but they're feeling it. And God is pushing his kingdom husband or wife to reach out to you. And they will. They will. That's why God told you, don't say nothing. You have to be obedient. I have a message about obedience next. But that's why God told you to be obedient. Because you've already gone past the shy stage. They haven't. Okay? And God is trying to teach this husband or wife to be vulnerable. Because this is new to them. Like I said before, they've been in other relationships, worldly relationships, but they haven't been in a relationship, or they have not felt the love to this capacity, to this level. And it's really like so deep, it scares them. You know, it scares them. Thank you, Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit did say to them to reach out, but the Holy Spirit also told them to take their time. I don't know why you told them that, God. He said take your time, but be patient with your person because the love is unbearable, he said. Very unbearable. This is new to them. Okay? They have never felt anything like this. So be patient with your person. Be patient with your person. And I feel like this ties to the message that worth the wait, because just now when he was saying, you know, give them time or take your time, and I was saying be patient, I just heard worth the wait again, which is what I put out yesterday. So I feel like that does tie with this. But the love is really, they have never felt anything like this, and it's really like it's scaring them, but they're happy at the same time. But it's overwhelming and unbearable. And let me tell you something. This is why I said I feel like he's talking about a kingdom husband, because the fact that he showed me a lion, and I was talking about how most men they're logical thinkers. They don't really think with emotions. Imagine not being used to that, and meeting up with your wife in public, or seeing your wife face to face, and you're not a person that reacts emotionally or thinks emotionally about certain things. Like, that would be overwhelming. Imagine like a man not being used to that, and then he sees you and it's unbearable as it is, and then he breaks down and cries, and you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I just visioned that. I just literally saw a vision of that. So the Lord said to him, take your time, or to the person, take your time. Yeah, so just be patient with your partner, because the love is unbearable. And those who've experienced it, you know what that means. You know how that feels too. It is unbearable. You know what I mean? And it's something that you have to get used to. You know, like, oh my gosh, God. Okay, so it's beautiful, and the Lord said this person's not going to be able to keep their hands off you, as in they're gonna always want to hug you, always want to hold your hand, always want to be affectionate with you, because it's so beautiful, it's so unbearable. That's beautiful. Aw. Okay, I love you guys. Someone's confirmation. Bye.